Are we good?
Yes.
Facebook, are you there? Hey, DriveTribe and MIGZ fans. MIGZ here with Alessandro.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is the... Sorry,
That's the
so you can hear us.
We're using the dead cat.
The dead cat,
The dead
so
cat.
you can hear us. So anyway, let me introduce actually. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do on DriveTribe?
Yeah, my name is Alessandro, 1L, 2 S's. And I am the leader of several tribes, including the Italian tribe. And I'm very happy about that. And so, yeah, how are you doing today?
We're in Bologna.
We are in Bologna.
Bologna.
Yes, within a few miles from here, you have Bugatti, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Ducati. I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? You, me. Yeah.
Now I have a question for you.
All right.
Does Bologna have a first name?
If Bologna had a first name, I'd probably name her like Francis.
Okay.
Like Francis Bologna sounds nice.
That's kind of... Well, actually, I wanted to introduce you to a very American drink with kind of a twist.
Is the mojito American?
I have no idea. I was just making this up. Thank you
All right.
for doing that live.
Right.
Yes, so this is a mojito, but instead of rum, I have switched out the rum with a special ingredient called gin. How did you know this? How did you know?
Because I'm a magician.
You are
Because
a
I know everything.
And I'm a musician. So a magician and a musician.
All right,
See
you're going
that?
to do the music, I'm going to do the magic. Hold on, I'm going to do magic. Switch. So you get the vodka mojito, and I get the gin mojito, and you get the vodka mojito.
So is it under this? Oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to flip it to see if it's
Alright.
because you were switching around.
Yes.
It's like cups, right? All right, so what did you do to mine?
I didn't do anything. The bartender did whatever they did. So
But you have a drink for me.
I do.
And what's in it?
Well, mojito
Or did you already
and
tell
gin.
everybody?
I didn't.
Did you already tell everybody?
I didn't. They don't know.
Okay.
He doesn't know. It doesn't know what's in there.
So
It
this is your
could be
Italian-
petrol or gas, as they call it in the market.
Petrol, not petrol. Yeah, gas, right, sorry. Diesel.
Gasoline.
Is everything here diesel?
Well, kind of. We still love the diesel, but after a certain German brand did what they did, there's this war going on against diesel. And we're sort of kind of taking sides. So everyone's buying into the EV, PHEV culture. So
No, I
we're
meant
kinda
when I went to fuel up, it seems that everything is full serve versus self serve. In the U.S., you pump it yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's the thing here. So you can either do it yourself, or if you can't be bothered, you let somebody else do it because you
Okay.
can't be bothered.
Well, what I'm trying to say is I went to fuel up, and the guy ran over. He must have saw me and said he doesn't know what he's doing. So I went to fuel up, and as he started fueling up, I was like, unleaded. And he looks at me because everything on the pump said diesel.
You sure?
Yeah, I thought so. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
It was in Italian, but it looked like it said
the
diesel.
black one is diesel, and the green one is unleaded.
Yeah, it was one of those.
It's one of those.
I hope it wasn't water.
Where was this?
I don't know.
Was it further than a mile?
I don't. It seems that every gas station says it has a bar at the gas station. Is this true?
It kind of is, yeah.
Do they really have a bar?
Yeah.
Like you can go sit on a bar stool and order a mojito?
I think you could. They would be surprised, but you could technically. But most
They'd be
people-
surprised at the drink that you ordered,
Yeah,
or
but most people will simply have the coffee. So
so bar doesn't necessarily mean alcohol. It just means
not necessarily. I mean, you can if you want, but it usually means coffee because there's a big coffee espresso culture in Italy. We have like 5,000 a day.
okay.
And
So bar could mean just coffee.
yeah.
I see. Okay. All right.
Maybe they have a coffee like a couple of croissants and just I don't know, sandwich, whatever. But
Okay. You guys can hear us, right? Yeah, I just want to check.
that cat is that cat alive?
The dead cat is alive. Yep.
Right.
See the green?
Right.
Sometimes I
That-
do
that
that
cat's
in the middle of after 20 minutes in, I go, I wonder if I turn the microphone on. Well, Most of the
30
time.
minutes into the interview. Oh, sorry, I didn't switch the deck at all.
just repeat everything you just said?
Can you just repeat that very complicated sentence again for me, please?
In Italian.
Thank you. In Italian.
In Italian.
All right.
So how's this drink? Let's take a look. So this is vodka and yours is gin. I don't know. I mean, I like the gin.
Mine's.
Yeah.
Right, first of all,
Unless you switch them back. I mean, you're a magician.
I am a magician. So first of all, here's to
Yeah.
Pagani
Yeah.
for
oh my
creating
God.
the Zonda.
Thank you. Oh, that's a good. Man, you just took my thunder, man. Wow. Pagani is my favorite car.
I'm just gangster like that, you know.
Yeah. All right. So let's do that.
Cheers.
How is it? Have you ever had? You
It's
haven't
very
had it?
genie.
Okay.
No, I've never had gin mojito. Only vodka mojito and rum mojito. So you've been to Villa d'Este. Tell me about it. I'm interviewing the interviewer.
It tastes like mint.
It would be. I mean, it would taste like mint.
Yeah.
It's a mojito, so hopefully it tastes like mint.
Yeah,
Do you
cool.
like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Lovely.
It's good. It needs a little sugar or something.
Did you see the starship thingy at Villa d'Este, the white one?
Yes, that was Jim Glickenhaus's car.
Correct. That one. Because it was all over Instagram, like everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed that at Pebble last year.
He did? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked great.
Very, very cool car.
Because it looked like it was squat down and super long and slender
Yes.
and super wide.
Yes.
Is that correct? Is that an accurate?
That's an accurate description of the picture that you saw.
What else did you like at Villa d'Este? Because I didn't get the chance to go this year. Sorry.
I know, you're supposed to meet me there. We're going to hang out, do a little swimming or something. Actually,
right now.
there was thank you. There was a lot of people swimming there.
In Lake Como?
No, it was raining, like downpour.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, yeah. This year we haven't had much. You know, it's been raining constantly, all the time. Very un-Mediterranean, very un-Italian. But what are you gonna do?
It was fine. I just like being there. It was a really cool venue.
It's great. It's, honestly, on a serious note, for a second, it is a great show. It's probably the only truly well, not the only, but a truly international show that we have in Italy, definitely. Nice. And the level, as you probably have noticed, the level of the cars that are there, it's incredible. You've got some cars that are just out of this world. Some of them are like supremely expensive and very, very rare. Right. And more to the point, it's well respected. Like, it's one of those shows where it's not just for yobos. It's for people who actually do care and know about cars. And you get the auction, and you get all those things going on. Right. So it's a really great show. If you've never been to Villa d'Este, you should go. It's near Lake Como. Every year around this time, end of May, beginning of June.
Very, very prestigious. What I liked about the event itself was there actually wasn't a whole heck of a lot of cars there. There were a good bunch of cars, but not so much where you couldn't enjoy each car and have time to go and look at the inside and out, network with other media people as well as car owners, and get to enjoy the venue itself, because you're in Lake Como, and with Erba and Estes, first off, you're probably spending the majority of the day trying to find a place to park and then walking a mile from wherever that parking space is to get there. But once you're there, very enjoyable. The media room that they had there, Wi-Fi, coffee, food, and
Next level.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you had everybody who's anybody that was at that event. So.
And it's actually on the lake, like literally on the lake shore. So you have the cars over there, and you have the water over there. So it's a great location. It's a great event. Right. I would urge anybody to go. Even if you're not actually into cars, you just like the lifestyle, you can go.
Yeah.
You're going to love that.
Yeah, I saw somebody shopping there. I think Francesca, got a new dress at the shop. We ran into Francesca. Yeah, it was very, very nice. They have a nice store there. I'm sure they have a spa. But
they do. They've got everything you want. Everything you want, they got it.
And they have a pool that's like, they decided to put the pool in the lake. in case you didn't want to swim in the lake.
Exactly.
They put the pool in the lake, right?
Exactly. So, you want to have your options, right?
Well, I have a question. Like, could you put a motor on the pool and just drive the pool up and down the lake, so that way you can be in the pool
That's
as
an
you're...
interesting question. We could probably pitch that idea.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
If they haven't thought about it, we could pitch that idea.
Yeah.
And maybe next year we could afford to buy one of the cars on the auction. That would be a great idea. Let's go pitch the idea. So we could have a Rolls-Royce engine, because they make engines for anyone.
Right.
And we could place it like under the raft or whatever it is you want to call it, and we just
A little buoyancy.
buoyancy. We just drive it around the lake.
Well, I mean, they have pools on cruise ships, so it's not like pools can't float.
We can actually start a service, because let's say that you're vacationing on Lake Como,
Yeah.
and you want to swim, but you don't want to swim in the lake
Yes.
for whatever reason.
Right.
We could bring the pool to you
Okay. From the lake?
from the lake, like anywhere on the lake.
Okay. What if they're not on the lake? Could you, like, fly it via helicopter?
Well, I guess we could figure out a way to do it.
Okay. All right. I like it. Let's go with it. All right, so that was that.
Let's have it crowdfunded.
Go fund that pool idea now.
We're gonna start a website, whatever it is. We're gonna tell you later, and we're gonna make that work.
Not to change the subject, but so tell me, what is your most recent article that you posted on DriveTribe?
Most recent, I think it's titled "Learning How to Golf in the Audi Q3 35 TDI." Yeah.
It's a really long title. What are you trying to tell us?
Yeah, but basically I went on a golf course, and it was an orange, like a peach orange, Audi Q3 on the course, and it looked great because you had the backdrop, because it wasn't a rainy day. It was one of those days where the sky's sort of grayish, and it could be good for pictures.
Okay.
It can be good for pictures sometimes. And the car was orange, a beautiful shade of orange, and you had the green of the golf, and it was great. And they invited me over to try this out, the Audi, and I said to them, yes, but I want to try the Audi. I don't care about the golf. And they say, no, you have to try golfing. All right, try golfing. No,
Wait a minute. So they ask you to try out the Audi
and golfing.
and golfing,
Like playing golf, yeah.
like while you were in the Audi.
I could have actually brought it. I didn't think about it, but it would have
Isn't there
been.
a sport called, where you do that on a horse?
I'm sure. Yeah. What's it called?
Oh, I don't know.
There's a name for that.
I don't know. In Europe, they call everything like that football. So
It's not no, but there's actually a name for that. I don't remember what the name is, but there is a name. We could actually pitch new idea. Go crowdfund us on that one as well. Pitch the idea.
there's a name for the car version of this. Is that what you're saying? I think it's Polo. Isn't it Polo?
It's Polo, yeah. And
What's the car version of Polo?
It's Car Polo.
Car Polo.
Car Polo. You could carpool to Car Polo.
Carpool to Car Polo. Not to be confused with Marco Polo. Okay.
To Car Polo.
Car Polo.
So yeah, that's the most recent addition to the long list of
Ideas that we just came up with just
Yeah.
in this one interview that we did. By the way,
imagine what
Where-
we could do in more time.
where are we right now? Just in case you're joining us, let's tell everybody.
Bologna. No, we're in Francis, Bologna, because we've just decided to nickname the city of Bologna Francis.
Right.
For
Actually, it was
whatever
it was a joke. It was an old commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bologna,
Yeah,
The meat,
thing. Yeah.
right? By Oscar Mayer. And there's a song that says, Bologna has a first name. It's Oscar.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
It's all right. See,
Yeah, but
you weren't supposed to know that.
yes, I wasn't supposed to know that, because I mean, when it comes to food and meat, but
joke. What do you like? You like bologna?
well, I really don't want to talk about
Okay.
food, because
Well, let's talk about your T-shirt instead.
Let's talk about my T-shirt. What do you want to know about my T-shirt?
Do you have like a Spencer's Gifts here?
It works. No, I actually didn't even know where I bought this T-shirt. I just remember this one time at a hotel in Las Vegas. I remember a guy telling me, "Hey, how's that T-shirt working out for you?" And I was like, "Oh, You
I
understand
can't
what
believe
it says.
I can't believe you said Las Vegas. I got this shirt in Las Vegas.
I love Las Vegas. I know most people love to hate Las Vegas, but I love Las Vegas.
Their fascination.
It's a crazy town.
Yeah, it is.
Just amazing.
It is. Next time you're in Las Vegas, let me know.
All right.
I'll hook you up with some crazy Porsche.
You know, there's
people.
out of Las Vegas, there's a company that hires car on a racetrack. I don't want to say the name because otherwise it's. But
Yeah.
and two of the people that work there, and I think the founder as well, they're Italian, and I know one of them.
Really?
Yeah, and you can drive on a racetrack. They have a Ferrari, a McLaren, a Lamborghini, the Porsche, usual stuff.
Right, sure.
There's a racetrack just outside, like in the desert, and you can go on what they call, I think, hot lap.
Okay. That's cool. So you're going to hook us up? Is that what we're saying? We'll do a shoot there.
We can do that. We can.
All right, let's do a
try
shoot.
and do that.
We'll do after we sell the pool idea.
We can try a DriveTribe hot lab just outside Las Vegas, but not necessarily within Las Vegas, more outside the desert thing.
See what he did with the title thing again? You're supposed to keep it short, like 3 words.
I know, but again, like I said, I'm gangster like that.
Gangsta.
Yeah, I like to break the rules.
It's a good thing they put these plants in water so they don't die.
That one always makes me laugh.
That's a good one.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we were talking about Las Vegas, and earlier we were talking about, what were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about your most recent article. About
Oh yeah,
the
love it.
orange.
Yeah, the Audi. I don't know, the Q3
Was it an Audi?
wasn't an Audi. Audi Q3. The Q3 wasn't that bad. I don't like crossover SUVs, to be honest. The Q3 wasn't that bad. At least it looked good.
Okay.
I think you should probably buy a hatchback because you don't get that much more in terms of practicality when you buy a crossover SUV.
Yeah.
You're just basically spending more money to have pretty much the same thing. I mean, you're either buying an actual SUV, like a big one,
Right.
or if you're buying one of those hybrid things, hybrid in the sense that they're not a hatchback, but they're not an SUV, like in between.
Right.
I don't think it really works.
So let me ask you this question. This is a question I ask everybody. Favorite car, favorite drive, favorite song. Paint us the picture. So you have a day off. You can be in any car, any road, listening to any song.
The car is easy, very easy, and it's the Lexus LFA.
Okay.
Absolutely,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
No shadow
Any
there.
car. That's
Any
the
car.
one you go- okay, cool.
Lexus LFA. It's going to be a Lexus LFA.
Where are you driving?
Not a Lexus LFA. I'm not driving a Lexus LFA, but I'm driving a Lexus. Oh, where are you driving, you said?
Where?
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the car you're driving.
No, I'm not driving a Lexus LFA, but let's
No, that's
see.
what you would be on that day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Sorry, we had a little bit of... Anyway, that's an interesting question. I really like the road. I think it's called the 190. I'm not sure, but I think it's called the 190, and it's the road that connects Las Vegas to Death Valley. Yeah, and there are some bits of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's the 190, but it's the road that connects Las Vegas.
There is no road in Italy that would be better than that. You chose that one.
With the Lexus LFA, yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember, I think it's 190, but it goes past Zabriskie Point
Okay.
and then bad water.
Okay.
I just think it's great to show up with a V10 supercar in bad water where the temperature is like 1,000 million degrees.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I would probably pick that. I know you were expecting me to say, let's go with the Stelvio Pass or whatever,
Yeah,
but no.
something, right.
No, I
interesting.
would probably go with that road.
Nobody has ever said that road before. You're the first one to pick that road.
There you go.
And that car.
And that car. I am absolutely...
So what song then? You gotta... Yeah.
For the road,
Okay.
like I'm open to options. I'd pick that road,
Okay.
but the car, no doubt, it's got to be a Lexus LFA. I don't care about the color, just Lexus LFA.
Okay. All right.
And the driving song, well, it's got to be something, I think it's got to be something from the Arctic Monkeys.
Okay.
I
thought you were gonna say Justin Bieber, but go.
No. Right now, I'd probably go with, let me paint a picture. I would probably go with 505 by the Arctic Monkeys.
Okay. All right. So.
Because
Lexus.
it's a driving song. It's in the text. It actually talks about driving to a place.
Okay.
Doesn't really say where, but Lexus.
Those
Gotta
are
be
all original. All original so far.
good.
Amazing.
Good.
Just like this vodka
thingy.
Amazing.
So most people would say like a Ferrari Stelvio Pass with AC/DC or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what mine would be like a Pagani Zonda R. I don't know. It's going to be tough because the roads that I like are all really narrow, so it'd be kind of tough. But maybe the Big Sur, I don't know. And then music, Iron Maiden, Alice in Chains, anything Chris Cornell. I haven't really narrowed that down.
Good choice. I'd go with Chris. That's good. That's good. There are some songs, but you mean Chris Cornell, or you mean like the Audioslave, or you mean like
that counts as Chris Cornell.
Okay, so anything sung by Chris Cornell. Okay.
Yeah. Soundgarden, any of those.
Well, driving song, I think. I Am the Highway is definitely a driving song.
Perfect.
I like a Stone, but I think that I Am the Highway is more of a driving song. Like a Stone is like a song you want to listen to on an exceptionally rainy Tuesday night while you're having a Tom Collins in a basement bar somewhere around Barstow.
There you go.
But I Am the Highway is definitely, it pretty much explains itself.
So you're a big Chris Cornell fan as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great.
This is the first time we met. Can you imagine?
Chris Cornell, I love Chris Cornell.
You know what my favorite Italian artist is? I mean, for rock? Guess.
No, go for it. Let me buckle up, okay?
Buckle up. I don't know that many. All I know is that I really like this group, Lacuna Coil.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Acceptable. Wow, I thought he was going to leave.
No, it's great.
I thought he was going to leave.
No, because I thought you were going to say like somebody that's...
Like Italian Justin Bieber?
Yeah, like the Italian version of Justin Bieber, but you went for Lacuna Coil, so that's great. Good choice. I mean, it means you actually know your stuff.
Yeah, I've seen them in concert many times and spoke to them. What? Where?
Yeah.
The concert was in Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester.
Is that the accent they have in Massachusetts?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. And I noticed that you have many accents as well. Now, you're Italian born, however, you have like a UK accent.
Yeah, I'm Italian born and bred, as they say.
Not sure what that means, but...
Massachusetts.
Yeah. What? You were from Worcester as well?
No. No, but I said I'm Italian born and bred, as they say in America.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anybody in England would say born and bred, but that's what it is.
I don't say that.
I feel like nobody says it's like the A-town.
I think there's like too much visual there. You don't need to, I'm born, that's fine.
Yeah, I met a couple of people from Atlanta, Georgia, and whenever I tell them the A-town, they're like, no, we don't say that. Don't say that. I don't know why.
Oh, wait a minute. If born and... I'm slowly getting this. Born and bred. Yeah. What if you were like bred in Vegas that lucky night, but you were born in a different state? Then do you have to say like born in Italy but bred in Vegas?
Well, first of all, I kind of thought that the breeding was like the upbringing. I would assume,
Okay.
I think that's why they say it like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it would be too long to say born but actually conceived in a different town altogether.
So the
different.
bread is not the conceived.
No, born and bred and butter.
And butter?
Yeah, bread and butter. Anyway, so yeah, I was born in Italy, and I was raised in Italy.
I understand that. See, I understand that. And it wasn't lost in translation either, because this is all in English.
Mm-hmm. It is in English, in my hybrid English, whatever that is.
That's not hybrid.
It's not hybrid?
No.
Okay. What is that?
So you were raised in the UK. Sorry, go ahead.
Raised in the UK, but I can do one UK accent. I think I can try, but
you're doing the whole thing.
I'm doing the whole thing. No, but actually, when people say that's an interesting point because people can say, "Oh, you sound British," but there are like in any other place in the world, there are several versions of the British English. I think when people say the British English, what people have in mind is, I think, the Cockney accent, which is what they speak in London. I'm gonna have a coffee, but I want to tell you about it, and like that. So which is, I think, maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like the Cockney English is kind of the Valley Girl equivalent.
Like the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, My Fair Lady?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Isn't that Cockney? My Fair Lady?
Oh, yeah. No, Cockney is just the generic accent that people tend to associate with Britain. When you think English accent, you usually talking about what is actually perceived as the Cockney accent. Just like when you say, oh, it's got an American accent, you're usually talking about the Valley Girl accent.
Careful now.
New York accent.
Okay.
I mean, from outside of America.
Or Massachusetts accent.
Or definitely Massachusetts.
Right. Okay.
Or Boston.
Or Minnesota.
Or Tallahassee in Florida.
I don't know Tallahassee. What's the Tallahassee accent sound like?
I have no idea.
You're just like naming towns?
No, I just like the fact that the capital city of several states in America isn't the city you would think of as the capital city.
I agree.
Like Tallahassee in Florida and Sacramento in California.
You think of like the biggest
Albany,
biggest,
New York. Yeah, you would
busiest.
assume, you would assume the capital city of California would be Los Angeles, but it isn't.
Right.
So that's weird from an outside perspective.
That is crazy. Well, let's get back to cars in DriveTribe.
Yes.
What do you got?
Right. What would you like to know? Because I've got so many things to say.
Well, so what's interesting here is I'm the lead of USA News. Thank you, Ben Koenig.
And the lead of Italia.
So this is our crossover event. So we get USA News, Italian News.
Exactly.
Right? For DriveTribe.
For DriveTribe. On some Italian news, let's talk about Italian news. Apparently,
This just in, Italian news.
Correct. FCA, which is not Italian anymore, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Apparently, they're talking about a merger with Renault.
Okay. Yes, that's I think that's Daniel Ricciardo's favorite engine to drive. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, he's super happy. He's a great driver. I just feel bad for him not getting the place, spot like in a seat for Ferrari or Mercedes, but they're all taking.
Verstappen, I think the chemistry, them messing around like after the races, going out and doing crazy stuff. That's a lot of fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun, but I think that the main problem with Ricciardo, and you actually should pronounce it Ricciardo, yeah. Because his family they come from Sicily, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Anyway, somewhere in the south. I think the main problem, but the thing with Ricciardo, he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like in the F1 world,
You have to be a prick or something?
Yeah.
But you don't have to be.
Well, I think it kind of helps.
No.
You don't think?
No, I kind of like reckless Max Verstappen, the original Max Verstappen, and then the original Ricciardo, because they were always like, all the rest of the drivers would be like, he's trying to pass me, I better let him pass, otherwise he's gonna knock everybody off the track.
Have you noticed how Verstappen never refers to any other driver by their name, by their given name? He always says the other driver. I've noticed that.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember there was this one time where
In Bandcamp.
I don't remember where it was, but he was overtaking Raikkonen, and he said the other driver. And the other day also, there was that small accident with Bottas.
Yeah. Okay.
And he said, yeah, they just, from Red Bull, it was talking about the same. Yeah, they just told me to go. They didn't tell me about the other driver. So I've noticed this trend whereby he never says,
You know what?
Ricciardo or Daniel or Bottas or whatever. He just says the other driver.
Now, was his father was in racing?
Yes, Jos Verstappen. Yeah.
Well, I heard you the first when you said yes, but
No, Jos.
no, yes.
Jos.
Okay,
Yes, his name
sure.
is Jos.
Oh,
Unless
Who's on
I'm
first?
mistaken. Huh?
who's on first?
No, I mean Verstappen's father's name is Jos, like
Yes.
Jos, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, his dad,
Yeah.
Yes or Yos or whatever his name is. Yos.
Let's go with Jos.
Yeah, I'll fill you in later on the thing.
All right.
I'll fill you in.
Oh, you,
But
you,
anyway.
got, you got some
Yeah.
insider trader
Yeah, it's a little-
information.
Exactly. So anyway, he must have said that if you use somebody else's name, it's giving them some sort of credit or limelight. So maybe he just says the other driver.
I think it's entirely possible.
So if you're talking to Ferrari about other cars, instead of Ferrari saying yes Lamborghini, maybe they just say, well, all other cars are very competitive, instead of branding another driver. So
A lot of people are doing that, and
he could be doing that on purpose.
absolutely, he does that on purpose. Absolutely.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. It's like when somebody says, yeah, we have 35% more horsepower than competition, or our car is 75% whatever than competitors. Yeah. And that's true. I'm absolutely sure that's the reason why he does it. I've just noticed that he does it because I hadn't before.
Right. Well, it looked like there was a few. It was interesting over at Urba. We're in the media room taking a break, and sure enough, on the big screen TV was the race at Monaco.
Oh yeah.
So I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, if we're here watching Monaco, what are they watching in Monaco?
They're probably watching Monaco. Or,
You're right.
or other
You're right. It's not the car show.
Whatever. Yeah. They're definitely not watching the car show. Who's your
that's
favorite
where I was
driver, by
going.
the way? If I may ask. That's a tricky one.
I don't know. I don't want the same person to win all the time. I want there to be who watches a race to see the same people win all the time? There has to be. That's why I like Max. Max would mess up everybody's game. He would be the wild card. So you have, if you have Vettel or something, and the team says, Vettel, we need to come in at this point. If it's, if your tires start getting warm, if the temperature starts getting cold, we need to change the tires, blah, 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 right? And then Max comes in and just throws everybody off their game. One of my favorite races, let me tell you this, was last year at Azerbaijan. Last year's Azerbaijan race was and Bottas, what was it, on the final lap? And he's winning.
A lot of things happen all the time in Azerbaijan because it's a new track and it's a street circuit.
Right.
So you've got a lot of things going on. And it's not like Monaco, because in Monaco they've had the race forever. And Azerbaijan is new. So there are a lot of things. Like this year they had the pothole. Yeah, they had the accident with the car. It's just incredible. And next up they're going to have Vietnam. Thailand. It's going to be a new race next year.
They're supposed to have in Miami eventually.
Yeah, I heard about that, but
Looking forward to that.
cheers. I'd love a race in Las Vegas. I know that by now it kind of is evident that I love Las Vegas, but I'd have a race in Las Vegas, like anytime.
Anytime you want to come to Vegas, I know some people in Vegas.
You know some people in Vegas. Sounds dodgy, but
Very dodgy.
Sounds
Do I need to
super
show
dodgy.
this side? Sorry. Very dodgy. They're fascination.
Yeah, I know people in Los Angeles. I know people in Oklahoma City. I know people in whatever, but I know people. In
I'm
Las
not getting
Vegas.
paid for this, by the way.
Sounds a bit. You know people in Las Vegas, all right?
I do. They're very shady people. Very shady. If you ask anybody in the Porsche community, they will tell you that those people in Vegas that are Porsche people are very shady.
All right. Let's go with shady people. By the way, I saw an interview, speaking of Porsche, I saw an interview with Magnus Walker.
Yeah.
You did in 20-something, 12, 13.
At Pebble?
I don't remember the location, just remember the date, and it was like 6-7 years ago. It wasn't yesterday.
Okay.
And I remember Magnus Walker. And that just...
He's
He's a great guy. He has a very interesting story.
It's so funny when you see him, you look at him, approach him, and then when you finally speak with him, it's not what you expect, right?
It's definitely one of those don't judge by the book by the cover thing.
Right.
I remember I was at the LA Auto Show in 2017, and there was, by the way, speaking of which, Amazon had set up a pub at the LA Auto Show for media people to go to, and they were promoting the second season or series of the Grand Tour. So they had like a pub. They set up a pub. Only accessible to media people. And I remember at some point, Magnus Walker walked in. He was very tall, and he has these long dreadlocks.
And they kicked him out, and he said, "You're not media."
is anything. It can be anything. And I remember everybody was. I saw this guy. And I was like, "Who's this guy?" And everybody was like going crazy. And I was like, "Oh, look at that!" So, like, I've done it backwards. Like, I saw him. I didn't know who he was.
Right.
And I started looking at who he was.
Right.
And he was very outgoing. Just, I remember they had French fries, and he was just walking around, just giving people French fries.
He was handing out French fries.
Yeah, because apparently he's a very nice guy. I mean, he's a very nice guy.
See, this is the thing. If you're trying to do something, I guess, media-wise, you kind of have to have a shtick, right? Mm-hmm. You have to look not like an ordinary person. You have to stick out with a crowd, and Magnus does that.
I think he did it simply because he's genuinely a nice guy.
Well, that's good too.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about Porsche?
I love Porsche. I am a Porsche man.
I mean, there's so many, just from the events that I've been going to, with regards to old Porsches, classic Porsches, air-cooled Porsches. My favorite is still, I know, please don't hate me for saying this, but the 918.
That's a good question. My favorite, yeah, that's a good question. Well, if I had to have it in like a room just to look at it.
Oh, not to drive. Just to look
it would probably be the 917.
Okay.
If I had to drive it, well, to be honest, if I had to drive it, it would be whatever 911 came out last year.
Okay.
Because
so the newest is the best.
Yes, because I mean, if you want to drive, some cars are great to drive, but actually, the new car is usually better to drive.
Didn't we just have an episode on the Grand Tour talking about that? That classic cars are great, they're beautiful, but they don't have the air conditioning and the comfort as the new cars.
There's an article I read, written by one of the three presenters of the Grand Tour. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, you're not going to mention names. Are you pulling a Max Verstappen here?
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that his name begins with J and ends in Ames May. And he wrote an article several years ago about his Bentley because he used to own. I don't think he owns it now. He used to own a Bentley. I think a T5 it was. Like an old Bentley. And I remember this line, very clever line, and he said, I bought my Bentley thinking with the mindset, well, it might be old, but it's still a Bentley. Whereas the correct mindset is, it might be a Bentley, but it's very old.
James, if you want to fill us in on what model that we're talking about here, please call in on the 800 number.
It was actually his first appearance on Top Gear. And I think it was the Bentley T5, and he reviewed his own car.
So this was like the time where the other two presenters didn't like him very much?
Yeah, it was 2003, 2, something like that. Yeah, but that's the point. I mean, all cars are great, but if you want to go for a nice drive, I don't know. Anyway, for the 911, I'd definitely pick the 992, which is the latest for a drive. And I think it also depends on where you're going with that. I mean, what you want to do with the car.
My favorite, yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Do you ever drive around the track at all?
Yeah. I like driving on the road, actually, more than on the racetrack. Okay. But I do...
Why?
Because I think that at the end of the day, cars are just incredible means of transport. It's just a great way of traveling from A to B. So my idea of a great car experience, great driving experience, is not driving around Fiorano, is driving from here and just walk out, climb into the car, and just.
So you're talking about the pleasure of everyday travel?
No, I'm talking about just traveling, like road trips.
That's what I'm saying.
Like now, let's get in the car, let's drive to, I don't know, Finland. Okay.
So Morocco, it's not that you have to drive fast. It's you like to enjoy the drive. Okay. All right. I see. The reason why I asked that question was maybe you like the variables of the crazy people that are driving on the roads with you.
I don't like those variables, but
whereas on a track, it's a little bit more regulated.
It's regulated, but I think that some of the beauty of cars is the real world interactions and reactions. And sometimes it's just fun, you know? And the speed is only a fraction of the entertainment in cars. So when you drive, sometimes when you drive some interesting cars and you see the reaction of people, or you just pull up a hotel or wherever it is you're going, and that's the fun part sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. And sometimes you get on the winding roads, you know, like a ribbon of tarmac that doesn't really go anywhere, so you can do what you want. That's better than the racetrack. Yeah, you have to drive it, you know, differently. You can't really go crazy, but sometimes with some cars you don't need to go crazy. Some cars are fun to drive at lower speeds if you don't want them in.
I find that driving in Italy is very different than driving in the U.S. and here's why. It seems like everybody has a really small car.
Yeah.
Like Fiats, Minis, things like that, which is great because the roads are so narrow. And not only are they narrow, but they're roundabouts, circles, rotaries, whatever you want to call them.
Roundabouts.
Like every 100 yards.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it's like, at the roundabout, take your second exit. It's like, so go straight.
Correct.
At the roundabout, take your second exit. Now, if it says at the roundabout, take the fourth exit, that means you effed up somewhere, right? Because they're sending you...
Yes, but basically it's counterclockwise, and so
Yes.
depends on how many exits there are. And sometimes you have big roundabouts, and you can have at the roundabout take the seventh exit.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, and there's... I get that, but then there's also the roundabouts that they don't even have a center. You just drive right over them.
Oh yeah.
They're real small.
But I'll let you into a little secret: the trick to driving correctly in Italy.
Italian secret.
Yes. So basically, what you have to do is you have to shout a lot and just move your hands around. So you do whatever you want to do, and then after somebody says something, you just go,
Isn't that a stereotype? I haven't seen anybody do that while I'm driving.
Oh, they do it. You just don't see them doing it, but they do it. And the good thing about stereotypes is that they're more accurate than we care to believe and then care to accept.
Okay. Well, it's probably a good thing I don't understand Italian as much because then I wouldn't know what they're swearing at.
No, but all jokes aside, we have a pretty fluid attitude to driving. So, for example, the law says that if there's a stop sign, you have to stop, even if there's nobody around. But if you actually don't stop and just go, people won't be that angry at you.
I've seen that.
So you just have to be careful what you're doing and just use your common sense. But
how do you spell stop in Italian?
That's a weird question. We spell it the same way you do, only we use Italian words.
Well, how come all the stop signs say STOP?
That's what they say. STOP. Stop.
It's the same in Italian?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. Why are you looking at me like I got 5 heads?
Have you noticed that some of the writings are backwards?
Usually in Russia,
and
but
mirrored.
When I'm looking in my rearview mirror, yeah.
Yeah. I've always found that dumb in Italy. We do that. Like, for example, if you have let's say that you have highway exit. We have exit highway, because the idea is that you're driving, so you see the second part of the expression first.
See, I thought it was Yoda that was writing the signs.
No, it's just I hate it. It's one of the things I hate the most about driving in Italy. Okay. Just stupid. Like uscita d'emergenza, which is like emergency exit.
Can you sing to us in Italian?
Sing?
No, I'm sorry. Continue your conversation.
Yeah, and it goes like, emergency exit is emergency exit, but in uscita,
Yeah.
exit,
Okay.
d'emergenza, emergency.
Ushita. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
So I'm leaving the airport. It said Ushita. Right. It's USCITA.
Yes.
I thought it was like U.S. citizens exit here.
No, it's just anybody's exit.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
All right. So let me tell you about Lake Como. I'm driving up on the cliffs of Lake Como, a very similar to that of some of the streets out in California. And tooling along, and then I find out that it's a two-way road. Yeah, seriously. Those roads are so narrow. I have it on GoPro. They're so narrow that at some points, like when you're going between two buildings, they actually have a light to make you stop so they can have one traffic go one way and you go there. They're like...
Counterflow. I think they call it counterflow.
Right, because you have to have 2 inches on that side of between that car and the building, between the two cars, and between the next car and the building, right? So I don't know how they measure. How do they measure how many cars can go between a building, two buildings?
Well, I don't think they do at all. They
use like from the wrist to the elbow. I mean, how far back does this go?
No, I think they just go, 2 cars will fit. It's fine.
Yeah, and no, not there.
It's fine. Yeah, no, not there. There is fine.
Okay.
I think that's how they do it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's great.
It kind of works in the end.
But I was driving the entire time, and Dawn is there as the passenger, and she's like oncoming. All of a sudden, there's a truck. And you just step on the brake. Slows you right down.
Oh yeah. But like I say, you have to go with the flow in Italy. You don't have to think too much.
No.
You don't have to wait for regulations and road signs to do the work for you. You have to be proactive.
Do you have any recommendations of... So far, when we arrived in Milan.
Yes.
We stayed in Milan, and we went to Como, Esti Zerba. Okay. From there, we're here in Bologna. And then we went to Ferrari. Okay. Tomorrow, we have a factory tour of Pagani, and then Lamborghini. And then we leave from Lamborghini and we go to Rome. We're going to be there for, I think, like 3 or 4 nights. And we head back to Milan, and then we're gone. Now, if we can get a couple extra nights, which probably is not going to work on this trip, we'd love to go to Salzburg, because I've been to Salzburg before, and it's amazing. But probably not, so maybe the next trip. However, you need to definitely come to Vegas. We'll do something in Vegas.
Absolutely.
But recommendations for here?
What, driving-wise?
Well, between Bologna and, I guess, Rome. Or Rome.
Well,
because we have nothing set up for Rome. I was supposed to meet with some F1 drivers, artists that do the covers for the Formula One. You know, my Art of Formula One. Yeah, I know all those guys. But I think, like you said, you had a friend that was kind of, I guess if you don't speak English well.
Yeah, which most people don't in Italy.
Which is, it doesn't bother me. I really do. If you didn't speak English, I'd still hang out with you. You don't have to speak English. I have to speak Italian. I'm in Italy.
It's easy to learn Italian.
So people don't want to meet you if they don't speak Italian? I mean, if they don't speak English?
They want to meet you. It's fine. You just get by shouting and move your hands around a lot.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I mean, my last name is apparently, which I just found out, is Migliazzi.
Yes.
So
that sounds like an Italian surname.
It is an Italian name. It is very much so.
Yeah, but it's easy. Like, for example, if you want another one, you just go, oh. And if you think, well, it's very good, oh. And if you don't like it, you just go, oh. If you want to call somebody, you just go, oh.
What if you learn something new?
Like, for example, a piece of information you didn't know.
I just told you something you didn't know that.
Oh. There you go.
I see.
If it's late, oh.
Oh, yeah. In other words, it has nothing to do with the language.
No.
You can do everything through here and people get it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to say. I've been to trips, other places. Nobody needs to speak English. I don't need to speak their language. We still have a lot of fun.
There you go.
So, all right. So if you're still out there, Art of Formula One artist, I'm buying the rounds. Right?
He is.
You should show up. We can have some fun. You should do that.
You should. And he speaks Italian now. Try it.
See?
Try it.
Oh.
So, what do you think of this mojito?
Oh.
There you go. He speaks fluent.
You know what also you can say? In Italian, vodka.
Vodka.
What's that mean?
Vodka. Vodka.
Pretty good.
Vodka.
Rum.
Roma.
Pretty damn close, right?
Roma.
You just point to the bottle. Rum.
Roma.
You say what?
Oh, Rome. Oh, I like Rome. Rum.
What happened to all the Roma?
No, I thought you were saying Rome, like the city. No, rum, the drink. So
I don't understand a word he's saying right now.
it's fine. So I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna break it down for you. So Rome, the city is Roma, and rum, the drink, is rum. Rum.
Rum.
Rum.
Rum.
Rum. Yeah, kinda.
Ducati.
Ducati, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Ferrari.
Ferrari.
All
right.
Ferrari.
Alessandro,
Yes.
what else should we talk about before we end the session? I feel like we're missing something. But we definitely do need to end the session so we could just relax.
We've covered cars.
Yes. We have.
We have covered the Villa d'Este.
Awesome show.
We've covered mojitos.
Mojitos, yes. We have two types of mojitos. We have the one with gin, which I recommended, and then, believe it or not, he decided to recommend a mojito as well, but with vodka.
We've covered Italian language, the Italian language.
Yes.
What were we missing out?
Something to do with DriveTribe or cars.
That could be a good start. Yeah. So if you're not on DriveTribe yet, you should join because we're on it.
That, and let's talk a little bit about DriveTribe, the interactivity of DriveTribe or engagement, the future of DriveTribe. Let's talk about that because I'm sure everybody's interested.
Yeah.
So
DriveTribe is a platform where you can share or enjoy, if you don't want to share anything, the pleasures of being a car nerd.
This is how we met.
Exactly. But if you're not a car nerd and you actually like kind of the lifestyle of cars more, like not necessarily the mechanical and engineering bits, the boring bits, you like more the active stuff, you can join as well. And if you have an Audi, you can join because there's an Audi Owners Club. But if you have a BMW, you can join because there's a BMW Owners Club. And if you have, for example, the Mercedes-Benz, you should definitely join because I run the Mercedes-Benz Owners Club.
I only run the Pagani Owners Club.
He runs the Pagani Owners Club, so
because that's the only car I can afford.
He has more money than me, but I have more people. That kind of works.
There you go. So, what do you think let's talk about people that are engaged in DriveTribe. Who do you know from DriveTribe that you see on DriveTribe all the time?
Well, you.
Okay.
And, well, I've met a lot of people.
Yeah, let's do some shout-outs. I know you don't like the brand. You usually say...
shout-outs.
Usually you say other people, like the Verstappen, but maybe you want to...
Yeah. So, other users. Yeah. Other users. You might actually... Hashtag. If you know, actually, hashtag other users. If you want to... There are a couple of interesting characters. One of them, she's called Valentina Zanola, and she is interviewing all DriveTribers. So she's actually a good means of find out other DriveTribers. She's actually interviewing DriveTribers. She's from Rome. And
have you met her?
No, just not yet.
So you just know her on DriveTribe?
Yeah, correct.
So who have you met from DriveTribe?
Well, I've met you, Jim. Jim. No, he's not the CEO.
Oh, Murray Jones.
Yes, him.
Oh, yeah. Jim is awesome.
Jim. And then I met Mahmood, but it's not. I think it's not with DriveTribe anymore. Just part-time.
Yep. Yeah, he's doing something with Fuel Fest now. Yeah. Fuel Fest UK.
It's the rap.
Yep.
Tom Howard, but again, is not that active on DriveTribe.
Okay.
Who else have I met?
Did you say you met the trio?
I did.
Well, you didn't want to say that, or?
I'm shy. Yeah, I did. I met the trio at the DriveTribe launch party in February 2017.
Have you been there since like day one?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, like day one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you like leveled up. You're still leveled up higher than I am at this point, with regards to number of years.
I think that's debatable, but yeah, I was at the launch party. It was great. It was great. I had fun. We had a Q&A session you can find on YouTube. You just go DriveTribe Q&A. You're gonna find the video, and they answer all the questions we were asking.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
Who else have you met from DriveTribe? It can be user. It doesn't have to be somebody that works there. It could be other users.
Well, like I said, a lot of the people I met aren't actually on DriveTribe. Not that active anymore. Yeah. And some of the people that are active right now weren't actually there back then. So.
Gotcha. Roger that. But have you met Ben yet?
Nope.
Ben Koenig, but you know him.
Yeah, I know him, but I definitely need to fix that. I need to meet him.
That's funny. When I told him I was going to Italy, he was like, you should meet up with Alessandro. I was like, yeah, that's already happening, buddy.
Yeah, I think he told me that. He told me that.
But Ben's good. Ben knows everybody.
Ben, he knows everybody, so you should join and look for Ben.
He'll
DM Ben and ask him.
He'll help you out.
What is there to see on DriveTribe other than the Pagani Owners Club and the Mercedes-Benz Owners Club and the U.S. news and the Italy news? So
that's it. Or you could, I suppose, email us or something.
You should do that.
We could tell you the right mojito to buy.
Or just reply to these.
Yeah, you can comment right now. I think Dawn is trying to answer some comments. She has her fingers all over the screen right now, trying to.
That's the beauty of the internet. You can do what you want.
Or you could call into the 800 number. We have it posted right underneath the video. We're taking calls as is.
Or you could crowdfund our ideas for the moving
floating pool
and all the other things.
That's correct. I think we have a caller right now. Caller, go ahead. No, I think she wants to know if you're single.
Well,
and how's she going to get in touch with you? Oh, my God. Nice. All right. I guess the caller was just for you.
Yeah, I know. I get that all the time because, I mean, look at this.
It's the accent, I think. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for listening in. Again, check us out on DriveTribe. We're going to put all kinds of links out there, but we're going to try to become more active. I'm trying to crowd everybody together, and so we can start some collaboration, but I have a feeling we're going to do something in Vegas sometime soon.
Yes, it sounds like we're going to do that at some point.
Because of you.
Because of me, yeah.
All right. Until then, we'll see you on DriveTribe.
Take care. Ciao.